John D, you're a Hermetic Mage. How much is basically obvious from your entire history, as is shown in the real world. So, were you straight up Order of Hermes? John D, were you straight up Order of Hermes? John D, were you straight up Order of Hermes? And if so, which house? Was it the one that, practiced Kabbalah? That made you, like, mind forces as your two specialties? Or forces in mind? That'd make a lot of sense. Probably picked up Spirit along the way. Made it very useful for enchanting stuff. And like Prime. Like Prime is like, something that any decent Hermetic would probably try to pick up almost immediately. If for no other reason than for the Forces magic. So, John D. Are you from the Akashic Order? No, I mean, are you from the Order of Hermes? I don't, you don't know what I mean? So from Kindred of the East, I have this neat little hat. I have this neat little trick that I can use. Which is, I can actually count as auspicious numbers a 1 if I also have an 8 and a 2 for 182. So those three, no matter what the target is, consider an automatic success that actually I get to reroll. So I'm going to put these aside, this 6, 7, and 8, with my 3 successes, and the 2 automatic successes from the 10. So John, are you uncomfortable with this notion, John? Does this upset you with the notion of how Arate rolls and Paradox work? John, Order Hermes, the house that specializes in 9 magic. Am I accurate or am I inaccurate, John? 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 You're not answering the question, John. Interesting about 10-sided dice that are used in World of Darkness games. They don't get they don't have a analogy. Unless they're metal. Hey, John. Is 10-sided supposed to be the analogy for the platonic solid for metal? I don't. You don't feel comfortable answering that? So, John, you're the trader of doisstep, correct? What? You're a Hermetic Mage, John. You're a Hermetic Mage, and in the old world, which would have been, with 9 spheres, a foundation world, which meant we actually probably passed through it on the way to us being born into this world, as it would have been existing at level 9, Yesod. Right, John? You see that particular Gaia or house of the Hermetic Order, or the Order of Hermes. Pretty specifically dealt with mind magic. Sort of thing that would, draw in a mathematician and cartographer. They would probably have loved you. But here's the thing. No one knows who betrayed doisstep. No one knows why doisstep fell. Everyone knows it fell. Everyone. Everyone knows, or at least believes, there was a traitor. So, John D. Oh, you who have in this world a celebrated reputation as a Hermetic wizard. Are you like the only one that's celebrated? I mean, people really don't talk about Agrippa. I mean, people very rarely talk about you, but still. You were an advisor to the Queen. You probably got trusted by everyone. Got put on trial. Probably found innocent by a celestial chorister. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. Oh my, oh my. This keeps getting more interesting. So you would have been in a position of trust and very easily already just had access to doisstep. You could have just handed the technocracies the keys. Especially if it was a harmonic sequence that they could easily remember. Something that easily could be programmed into a hit mark. Especially if the dumb F little idiot of a traitor to doisstep just sang it to the hit marks while they recorded it. That sounds like something that could have happened. In the Primavamana. That's now Krita Smrti. Game memories of past life. So I guess John D is the traitor to doisstep. Which means John D is why the traditions fell. That is real ugly. I wasn't actually expecting that, honestly. But this little idiot has been all about the fact that I say welcome to the cult on this show so much. Which might mean John D is obsessed with the cult of ecstasy. Because I identify as a cultist. I just do. I just do. I didn't really get a chance to play a lot of World of Darkness games as mages. But, one of my favorite ones was as a cultist. It just seemed least unnatural. It's part of why, when I thought of making a TV show, it was about the cult. Because it seemed like a pretty easy story to tell. There are some very interesting parts. When I was putting together the idea for the show, I had some music videos that ran through my head. So 46 and 2, which came right after House of Doom, a Zakk Wylde Black Label Society. Basically, we go to a house in the desert. There's a bunch of cultists, part of the what is referred to in the in the Cult of Ecstasy book as the Children's Crusade, and we basically do a chant, smoke some blunts together, Pretty much all of us slam. Sorry. Combination of crystal meth and ketamine. Put on blindfolds and do a collective group magic to go raid a house where a bunch of children are being hurt. Apparently owned and operated by John D. And we would go in there and we would remove the children from harm's way. And we would kill everyone else inside. Because that's just how the crusade was. Children got hurt. We took them away from the people who hurt them. And we didn't care what we had to do to get them away from those people. The world exists in color and shades of gray. So, the cult viewed some things as absolutely black and white. And they acted accordingly. Are you going to tell me, John D., that actually happened? That sometime in a past life I actually killed you over and over again in the second story of a mansion in the desert before the ritual completed and all of the brass that we dropped on the floor of your mansion became a giant pair of scales, and all the blood that we shed that day came on one side, and all the tears that the children cried in that house made on another, as the house burned down, with a nice little tape sent to the technocracy saying, "Look, we know you're going to be here. We know you're going to analyze this. Good luck, but no luck with that. These people were hurting kids. And some of them were using magic. And unfortunately, it looks like some of them were actually some of yours that got stuck there by contract magic. And we don't abide by that sort of thing. You can hate us for it, but we put them out of their misery. Feel free to blame us. We're RDs. We know the deal. We know you're gonna look at the tape. There's a reason we did it in VHS and put it in a heat-safe vault. You should check the backgrounds. That's where they kept the bodies. It's basically how the tape went from what I remember in my head, but I didn't actually know that I actually put those tapes into an actual safe, John. Did that actually happen? Oh no. It would have been the second. White Order or Black? Or was that at the time? So there is an interesting question. Among the other things I recall, in ways of what might actually be past lives in a Foundation realm, is having the unfortunate distinction of having to tell a police officer who was a member of the technocracy that his partner was the one that abused his kid, and his partner being also a technocrat. That was actually kind of a big deal. So, John D., how much of that I recall that I thought was nothing but, idle thoughts? How much of that is actually the truth? How much of that actually happened, John D.? If you were in a Foundation realm and you contracted your way into reality here, by attaching yourself to Dr. Destiny, that would make all the sense in the world. Because you wouldn't exist. Like, idiotically as it is, you got born in this world and then you screwed it up by going, like, into the Foundation? You got born in this world, Dip. As John D. Apparently you screwed it up. Oh, that's why you're pissed off, because you screwed up your first run in your, like, actual life as John D? Are you joking us all? You got a fresh, clean start here? As John D? And you screwed it up that bad. Oh my god. Okay, okay. Are you after me as John D being after this guy? Because of Edward Kelly? Because of me, if these memories aren't incorrect, being Arya Daman, Vox Cultus? Or both? Beginning to lean towards both. Oh my god. It's because... Okay, so like, John D. Back in the, World of Darkness. You hated me ever since the Bitter Road, didn't you? You were the Hermetic from the Bitter Road, weren't you? In like the life right before you became John D. Because that would have made sense in terms of the timing of the reincarnations. Right? Come on. Is this about you hating me as that guy? Is this really about John D having a beef from the Bitter Road when he literally handed us over to the technocracy? Are you joking? Are you joking? What? That's really what this is about, John? Oh my freaking god. No. No way. No way. No way. No way. You just can't get over, like, you can't just keep handing me to the technocrats when I'm not actually doing anything wrong, can you? John, the technocrats are the exarchs here. Did you forget that? John, the technocrats, the exarchs. That's why I call them the technarchs. Come on. I feel like the actual exarchs are really confused at how stupid John's being right now. Absolutely. Absolutely. And absolutely. Yeah, but you all have been pissed off about the way the city has been acting since like 2021. Come on. The exarchs got mad furious when I was still behind the register at Circle K. Tell me I'm wrong. Okay, you're not wrong. They're all pissed. What? John, you pissed off the exarchs, like, on purpose. And you, like, expect them to get mad at the dude you piss them off over. That don't work that way. That can't work that way. I don't know what you're thinking, John. Lay it out. Lay it out. All right. Well, thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment below. And thank you for watching this little show, which is for entertainment purposes only. Really, really, really.